Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the third annual Curatorial Design Research Lab's Curatorial SLAM. Yay. Thanks for sharing this experience with us on this gray spring day here in New York City. My name is Lydia Matthews, and 6 years ago I founded the Curatorial Design Research Lab at Parsons. And I did that because I felt the need to connect faculty and staff and students from across our university who shared one common interest. Well, at least one common interest. We've discovered we have many more common interests than one. But that one common interest that was the motivator was that they, like myself, seemed keen to explore how the definition of curatorial work has been expanding rapidly in order to effectively respond to the complex issues and the precarious socio-political conditions of our time. More often than not, curators now find themselves working on projects that are at the intersection of multiple disciplines. Often they work in collaboration with non-specialists, developing new research methods, as well as strategies for co-producing and disseminating knowledge to a much broader range of audiences than has traditionally been the case in museum cultures. Back in 2011, there was, of course, exciting work already happening in this vein at the New School. For example, in the lively shows housed within the Sheila C. Johnson Design Center galleries and curated by Radhika Subramaniam, through the public programs and publications of the Vera List Center for Art and Politics, run by Karen Quoney, by the curators of the New School Art Collection with its staggering 2,000 plus works of art that adorn many of the spaces throughout our campus, heralded and shepherded and very deeply cared for by the co-curators of the collection, Sylvia Rocciolo and Eric Stark. And also within academic programs, including Parsons' MA in the History of Design and Curatorial Studies, offered in collaboration with the Cooper Hewitt Museum, as well as new minors and tracks in curatorial studies, emerging at both Parsons, at the New School for Public Engagement, and at Eugene Lang College. But by coming together and forming a community of practice, the Curatorial Design Research Lab has enabled us to become more knowledgeable about one another's practices and also to gain access to our mutual professional networks. So as a group, we're now embodying a cross-divisional commitment to investigating how curating is, in fact, a critical research process, one that goes far beyond the act of framing works or placing them on walls within a white cube environment. Out of our lab's conversations, the idea for what is now this annual Curatorial SLAM was born. And so to prepare for this event, the CDRL members suggested a range of local speakers whose projects they wanted to learn more about. And those are the people that you'll be hearing from in our program today. And as your brochure suggests, we modeled the event much more along the lines of a poetry slam than an academic conference. So like our work and our conversations, we really wanted the spirit of this event to be lively and to offer a multiplicity of viewpoints. So I think you'll see there's a huge range of activities that you'll learn about tonight. This evening, each participant will have 8 minutes to share their ideas with us, with Radhika as the timekeeping taskmaster with a gong. So, Radhika, could you please give us a sample of the sound that all the presenters should be listening for? Okay, that's her gentle first, you have a minute left version of what you'll be hearing out of that gong. So when you hear that, you do have 1 minute, so start to think about wrapping things up. And if you don't do it soon thereafter, maybe a minute later, Radhika will just relentlessly. Yeah, she's no joke about this. So, and we've learned this in the 2 prior years. As your brochure indicates, we've grouped the presentations into 3 loosely thematic parts. The first umbrella will be people, archives, and collections. The second will be shifting terrains, and the final segment will be focused on sparking conversation. Please note, we are not going to be doing a Q&A after each presentation, but rather we'll take one 15-minute intermission after the second set of speakers. And that will be a time we can go back out and enjoy some food and wine in the hallway, and that will also be a time when you can informally talk about what you've been hearing and also ask questions of the presenters. And of course, we'll have this bountiful reception and a toast at the end of the evening as well, so please do stick around for that opportunity for more conversation and food. And while we're on the subject of gathering around food and drink, I wanted to call attention to the fact that we host this annual event in a site that is a rare cultural treasure, namely the Jose Clemente Orozco Room, which was one of the earliest of the 13 site-specific art commissions within the New School Art Collection. This is entitled Call to Revolution, a Table of Universal Brotherhood, and the mural cycle was painted in fresco here by Orozco, one of the leading, I'm sure you know, leading Mexican muralists in 1931. And at that time, this room served as the university's public dining room and an adjoining student lounge. So it was meant to be a place to gather and share food as well as to foment revolutionary ideas. So we hope that we will honor that tradition with our exchanges today. But I also want to say on behalf of CDRL members Sylvia and Eric, the co-curators of the New School Art Collection, that it's our duty and our not only to admire these amazing frescoes, but also to take care of this artistic treasure. So please leave the food outside in order to sustain them for generations to come. And if you're standing, I guess we don't have standing people, but just don't lean against the walls. While having called attention to this Orozco room, I just wanted to put in a quick plug for one of the other major projects that the Curatorial Design Research Lab is engaged in right now. And as many of you may know, we've been combing through the university archives, and we're now in the process of co-producing a book and a website that's dedicated to exploring how these 13 site-specific commissions in our university art collection may continue to generate multiple narratives today and hopefully into the future. So from this Orozco room to the Martin Purrier and Michael van Valkenburg courtyard that you probably have walked by many times downstairs, to the haunting Kara Walker stairwell installed in the Performing Arts building, to the lavender neon words of Glenn Ligon's tribute to Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, and most recently, Agnes Dennis's Perfect Probability Pyramid, it's a succinct version of the title, which is now in our University Center's cafeteria, and a version of which a few of us saw last week at the opening of Documenta in Athens. So we're really just blessed with these works. And so we felt very strongly as a lab that we should co-curate a project that would call attention to these pieces. And so we're commissioning now over 50 multidisciplinary writers to study them and tell us what they see. So our authors include Claudia Rankine, Maggie Nelson, Lucy Lepard, Luc Sante, Bell Hooks, Olu Ugwebe, along with a host of brilliant scholars working here at the New School, several of whom are in this room. We're thrilled by how that project is evolving, and very thankful to the generous support of the Parsons Dean's Office and the Provost's Office Mutual Mentoring Grants, and a gift from former trustee Joshua Chapin and his wife Ann Foley. So we plan to finish and launch that book, that project, at the outset of the 100th anniversary of the New School, which is happening in 2019. So stay tuned for that. Of course, just a few thank yous, since it wouldn't have been possible to do this event without these folks. First and foremost, to my colleagues in the lab, whose ongoing collegiality is incredibly inspiring. And I also want to thank again the Dean's Office for awarding us a cross-school grant, and also also to the designer Anna Parisi for her poster and her program designs, to Leslie Henkel in the Fine Arts program for her administrative support, to Emily Herstick, our newest Curatorial Lab student fellow who's been helping us update the lab's website, and to Kevin Kies Bonilla, who will be videotaping this and posting it onto the CDRL website to make these ideas and presentations accessible to a yet broader audience. And finally, to the folks at that would be you, Laura, at the Gray Dog Catering, who are outside with delicious delectables that we can enjoy as the day progresses. So without further ado, our first presenter is Julia Folks.